seen a lot of that throughout your career, but can you just take us through the kind of decision-making process, or where you're reading, when you're trying to decide to go inside immediately, when you're skipping, and just how you process the floor like that?
I think I just try to read the game. I think we got some amazing looks, some great looks. I think we missed a lot of open shots, but that's how we're gonna play if they double me. I always say I accept the double. I like the double. Makes you play 4 on 3. A lot of space. I think today we could have had 150 points, honestly. But if you're open, we got to take the shot no matter what. So, but at the end of the day, we won the game, so that matters.
JJ talks about the importance of those hit-ahead passes and the kind of the seals, and LaRavia got one. I think Ayton got one. Rui, is it almost like in soccer, like the second that you see, are you kind of like checking over your shoulder to see if somebody's running before you make a pass like that, or how does that sequence go?
I just see a lot, I guess. Trying to play chess on the game. But yeah, those throw heads, those seals, that helped us a lot. If they're gonna double me half court, we're gonna have open space to create anything. So we just gotta be decisive and go score that basketball.
Luka, you guys are 9-4, but as a team, I think have shot better than 40% from 3 just twice this year, and one of those games was the Atlanta game. The last handful of games, I know you started off the season really efficiently. As handful of games, the ball hasn't followed the same. Do you view all of that as sort of encouraging, considering the record, considering the all-time leading scorer is nearing a return to your group as well, and that, like you said, you guys have said that a couple times. I feel like we could have scored 150 points. Do you feel like that's bound to happen just based on sort of the talent and the quality of shots you're getting?
I think that's big for us to be 9-4 with those percentages, honestly. Like I said, I think we're getting great looks, and that's, how you say, motivational. I think we can be so much better, even with a 9-4 record. I think we could have won a couple games more. But we got to work on our catch and shoot. Obviously, so that's motivational that we're at their record, and we still haven't shot the ball great.
JJ was pretty blunt with us pre-game just about the overall quality of the road trip, that he felt physicality had been down, connectivity was down. Did you feel strides in those areas today, just in terms of the start you guys got off to, DA using his size and strength, and was this a step in the right direction?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like we were more physical, but as you see, they allow a lot of physical contacts, so probably we gotta look at that more. But today we need a great start, so that was it.
I have 10 more questions.
See you.
I forget to have a question. Well, I'm trying to teach you more English.
Just mentioned that the second and fourth quarters has to be better. Obviously, you had to go back to the starters early. What did you see in those few minutes from that group, and what does need to get better?
Not important. I think that for us, the fact we got off to a good start for the first time on this trip, that group set the tone to start both halves. We're able to finish the game. The game got a little choppy there with some of the just the physicality on both sides, and but proud of our group, and again, a much better defensive game for us. I thought the 28 assists were huge, and Austin and Luka getting 19 of those. I don't know the exact potential assist numbers, but I know it was high. We were able to get a lot of good looks tonight. So there's a lot to be pleased with, and I thought DA's performance was awesome as well.
Some of the things you've talked about really liking, like the hit-ahead passes, seemed like there were a number of those in the first half, and then just when they blitzed Luka, all the good action you got out of it. How did you feel like that was kind of key throughout for the starters, especially?
Yeah, we executed out of the blitz for the most part, and again, we missed some really, really good looks. I thought, Smart got some great looks, and we're confident with him as a shooter, and he'll knock them down. The early seals in the first half were awesome. Da got one. Rui got one, Jake got one. So, really encouraging those guys, our bigger wings and DA, to put early pressure on the rim if they can create a mismatch.
JJ, Luka got off to such a hot and efficient start to the season, and that's ticked down here over the last couple weeks. One, I guess, how encouraged were you with your ability to score the ball tonight as a team despite that? And I guess, what are you seeing, and is it just shots not falling right now for him?
But, put a lot of pressure. The last 2 games, they've had all NBA defenders on him. We got to do a better job of getting the ball to him, in the right spots, at the nail and on the block. And we tried with some choice stuff, and we tried with some ram flash stuff, and couldn't get the right execution on it. But we'll continue to work at that.
You guys, I think now are through 13 games. I think I looked it up that you guys have only been over 40% from 3 twice this year. I would imagine that's below probably your expected numbers.
Oh yeah, much below.
Yeah. Do you just feel like that's just going to swing back over the course of 82? That's still small sample-y?
Yeah, it's a slow start from 3. If I remember correctly, I think we got off to a slow start from 3 last year. I think there's always stretches of a season where you're not making threes, and there's stretches of a season where you are making threes. Even the best shooting teams, percentage-wise, they're going to have some lulls. And I remember as a player having certain years where I didn't get off to a great start shooting the 3, and the preparation and the belief and your teammates encouraging you to keep shooting, all that stuff is important. So I think our guys will get there.
Toward the end of the game, DeAndre had that moment where he had the ball. Teammates seemed like some of his teammates were telling him to put it up, but typically in those moments, you just hold on to the ball. But in the cup games, point differential is so important. How is that disorienting as a coach or for the players, where point differential is just so important, I guess, in these moments?
Yeah, I think the guys want to win every game, and they want to win every cup game, and they want a chance to compete for the cup championship. That I don't think in the middle of an NBA game really you're thinking about point differential. There's too much stuff going on, and we were telling the guys to shoot on the last possession. But there's always other stuff happening, and I thought the last 4 or 5 minutes, there was a lot of back and forth chatter with the officials, and I think that kind of disrupted the game a little bit.
Marcus had, I think, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 steals. He always kind of brings a lot of those things to the table. Didn't shoot particularly well. I think probably a season high in shot attempts.
Yeah.
What did you make of his 3-point selection tonight?
It was awesome. He had wide open shots. They clearly part of their game plan was to blitz Luka, and similar to how we did a little bit last year. Try to make the ball find certain guys. That's what they were willing to live with. But it just goes to show you how good of a basketball player he is, that he can still impact the game at a high level without making shots. We're good with all the open catch and shoot threes. They were great looks, and I'm confident he's going to make them.
And looking ahead tomorrow, do you anticipate to have everyone available who played tonight?
I would anticipate, yeah.
You guys had 5 starters scored up, all 5 starters scored against the Pacers. How much difficult does that make? How much does that make you guys a better team? Is that something you guys do consistently?
I would think so. You have to run offense, and you have to pass the ball, and you have to take care of the ball. If you do those things, I think the dynamic nature of our best players is going to generate multiple bodies, and other guys are going to be the beneficiaries of that. Our dynamic best players, they've got to make the right decision and be unselfish and make the right pass, and I thought we did that for the most part tonight. Thanks.